Hello everyone. In the previous session we have discussed the concept of standard deviation and finding the standard deviation of ungrouped data where only x values are given. But in this session let me discuss the standard deviation of grouped data. First one is, so you already know that in grouped data we have two types, that is discrete series and continuous series. In discrete series we have only x values given directly, whereas in continuous series x values will be given in terms of class interval. Anyhow, first let me explain for discrete series. So I have told you in a previous session, to find the standard deviation of grouped data of discrete series, we have two methods, that is actual mean method and assumed mean method, and the formula is given by this. And for continuous series also we have two methods, actual mean method and assumed mean method. Now in this problem they have mentioned the methods particularly that we have to find the standard deviation by assumed mean method. So we have to use the formula of assumed mean method, and it is given by sigma fd square by n minus sigma fd divided by n the whole square. So let me do here. First step, we have to write down the given data. So x values is given to us. It is x is given by 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27. Right? Now f value is also given. It is 3, 7, 11, 14, 18, 17, 13, 8, 5, 4. Now we don't know which column we have to write first. So in order to avoid that confusion, first you have to write the formula of assumed mean method. For discrete series, I have already given the list of formula, so please go through that. Assumed mean method for discrete series I have written here. See here, for discrete series assumed mean method is given by, let me write, sigma is equal to square root of sigma f d square divided by n minus sigma fd divided by n the whole square, where d is given by x minus a. Right? So let me use the formula where d is equal to x minus a. Now what is the required data to us? D is needed. Anyhow f is there, so I need the value of d. So d how can we calculate? By using the formula x minus a. So as I already told you, a is the assumed mean and we have to assume from the column x. Right? So let me take 22 as assumed mean. So it's your wish. Whatever may be the value you are going to assume, you will get the same answer only. Generally we are going to assume the value which is in the middle. So f values we have. Now let me calculate the d values. So anyhow x values we have here. So x minus a is none other than 22. I'll just write here. So 18 minus 22 we have to do. So 18 minus 22 will be minus 4. Right? So similarly, what I have to do, 19 minus 22 is minus 3, 20 minus 22 is minus 2, 21 minus 22 is minus 1, 22 minus 22 is 0, 23 minus 22 is plus 1, 24 minus 22 is 2, 25 minus 22, 3, 26 minus 22, 4, 27 minus 22 is 5. So we have obtained the value of d. But what else is needed? We have to find the value of d square. D square is none other than square of d value. So whatever the values you have, just square it. 4 square is 16, minus 3 square is 9, 2 square is 4. So minus 1 square is 1, 0 square is 0, again 1 square is 1, 2 square 4, 3 square is 9, 4 square is 16, 25, 5 square is 25. So I have obtained the value of d square. Fine. Now what else is needed? F into d square and f into d. Both the values is required for us. So f is here, d square is here. And moreover f into d value is also needed. So first let me calculate fd. Then I will calculate f into d square. I am going to calculate fd now. So f column multiplied with d. F is here, d is here. Just multiply these two values. 3 into minus 4, minus 12. Similarly, f into d, 7 into minus 3, minus 21. Next, 11 into minus 2 is minus 22. 14 into minus 1 is minus 14. 18 into 0, 0. Again, 17 into 1, 17. Next, 13 into 2, 26. 8 into 3, 8 3s are 24. 5 4s are 20. 4 5s are 20. So f into d value I have calculated. Next what we have to calculate is f into d square. F is here, d square is here. So we have to multiply these two values to obtain f into d square. So let me simplify. 3 into 16, that is 16 3s are 16 3s are 48. So let me write here. Next, f into d square. F is 7. 7 into 9 you have to do. So 9 into 7, one and the same. It is 63. Fine. Similarly, f into d square. 11 into 4 is 44. Next, 14 ones are 14. Next, 18 into 0 is 0. Next, 17 into 1 is 17. Next, 13 into 4 is 52. Next, 8 into 9 is 72. Next, 5 into 16 is 80. Next, 4 into 25 is 100. So I have calculated the value of fd square. Now what else is needed? Sigma fd and sigma fd square. So let me calculate sigma fd square. So you add all the values of fd square. So when you are going to add all these values, you will get 490. Fine. Similarly, f into d square, that is sigma fd square. Fd square we have, so I have already calculated f into d square value. We need f into d, that is f into d we have here, so I have to add all these columns. So sigma fd will be 38. I'm repeating once again. To find the value of fd square, we have to add fd square column. To find the value of fd, you have to add sigma fd, you have to add all these fd, you will get sigma fd. Fine. N is the, since it is ungrouped data, grouped data where both x and f values are given. So n value will be sum of the frequencies, remember. So you have to add all the frequency values to get the value of n. So you just add all these frequency, you will get 100. So the value of n is 100. Now let me calculate sigma. It is given by sigma fd square is 490 divided by capital N is 100. Minus again sigma fd is 38 divided by capital N is 100 whole square. Clear? Now let me simplify. Sigma, that is standard deviation, is equal to 490 divided by 100 is 4.9 minus 38 divided by 100 is 0.38 whole cap 2. So that will give us 0.144. So I'll just calculate directly. See here, 4.9 minus 0.1444. So that will give us 4.7556. I'll just write here 4.7556. So square root of that will be 2.18078. So the required standard deviation for this given discrete series is 2.18078. Hope so it is clear. You have to remember the formula. So let me solve one more problem for discrete series. So here is a problem. As I already told you, whatever may be the quantity you have, first you have to take it as x values, and the next values will be taken as f values. Anyhow, let me solve. So let me take this as x value. It is given by 3.5 and 4.5, 5.5, 6.5, 7.5, 8.5, 9.5. Right? So x values is given to us. Now we have to write the f values: 3, 7, 22, 60, 85, 32, 8. And as I already told you, we have to find the standard deviation. Moreover, it is a discrete series. So to find the discrete series, standard deviation of discrete series, we have two methods. That is actual mean method and azimuth mean method. You can use any of the formulas so that you will get same answer only. But anyhow, let me use azimuth mean method. I'll do one problem in both the methods. So let me do this by azimuth mean method. I have f values. Now let me write the formula. So what is the formula? Sigma is equal to square root of sigma into fd square by n minus summation fd divided by n whole square. So this is the formula. Right? Now what we have to calculate is where d can be calculated by using the formula x minus a. In actual mean method, we have to calculate the mean. So it takes it consumes more time. So better go for azimuth mean method. Why? Because in actual mean, I'll do one problem in that method also. But in actual method, we have to calculate x bar. But it is not necessary for azimuth mean method. So that is why I'm choosing azimuth mean method here. Fine. So it is better to choose azimuth mean. It will consume lot of time. So when you go for actual mean, you have to calculate mean again. Anyhow, I'll do one problem. Now f values I have done. Whatever the given data I have written as it is. Now I have to do d value. D is none other than x minus a. So I have to assume one mean value. Let me take 6 point a as it is midpoint. So it is a. So 6.5 is assumed mean from the column X. Now I have to subtract. 3.5 minus 6.5 is minus 3. 4.5 minus 6.5 minus 2. 5.5 minus 6.5 minus 1. 6.5 minus 6.5 0. Next 7.5 minus 6.5 1. 8.5 minus 6.5 2. 9.5 minus 6.5 3. So I have obtained the values of D. Next I am going to calculate D square. So square it. 3 square 9. 2 square 4. 1 square 1. 0 square 0. 1 square 1. 2 square 4. 3 square 9. Fine. Now what else we have to calculate is FD and FD square. Right. So let me calculate FD. Multiply F with D. 3 into minus 3 is minus 9. 7 into minus 2 minus 14. 22 into minus 1 minus 22. 60 into 0 0. 85 into 1 85. 32 into 2 64. 8 3s are 24. So F into D I have obtained. Now what else we have to calculate is FD square. So F column is here, D square is here. Multiply 3 into 9 27. Right. See here D square is 9 and F is 3. 3 into 9 27. Next 7 into 4 is 28. Next 22 into 1 22. 60 into 0 0. 85 into 1 85. Next 32 into 4 128. 8 into 9 72. So I have calculated the value of FD square. Now N is sum of all the frequencies, as I already told you, for group data. So you have to add all these values, so you will get 217. You add all these values, you will get 217. Now coming to the substitution. Before substitution, what else we need is sigma FD. Sigma FD in the sense you have to add all these column values. Whatever the values you have, you just add, you will get 128. As I already shown you a number of times, anyway I will show you once again. Minus 9, minus 14, minus 22, plus 85, plus 64, plus 24 is 128. So that is what I have written. So similarly, find sigma FD square. Add all these values, you will get 362. Clear? I have added all the values so that sigma FD and sigma FD square is obtained. Now the substitution part. Sigma is equal to FD square. Sigma FD square is 362 divided by N is 217 minus sigma FD is 128 divided by N is 217 whole square. Fine. So see here, either you can simplify in one shot or else if you want you can elaborate it. See here, 362 divided by 217 is square root of 1.6682. If you want you can write a few more digits. I will just write 4 digits. Minus 128 divided by 217. So I have obtained this. Now I have needed the square of that. So cap 2. That will give us 0.3479. I have just taken 4 digits. Fine. Now I am going to subtract 1.6682 minus 0.3479. So that is 1.3207. Square root of that expression is 1.14904. So required standard deviation is 1.14904. Hope so it is clear. So I have done this by using actual mean method. Clear? Now let me solve one more problem. So here is a problem. Salaries and number of number of persons is given. Now let me calculate the standard deviation. Here also I am going to use the same method, that is assumed mean method. To find the actual mean method, we need to calculate mean. So it is better to go for assumed mean method. So let me solve this. Salaries should be taken as X value, that is 45, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70, 75, 80. Next let me write down the frequency 3, 5, 8, 7, 9, again 7, 4, 7. Right? So I am going to use assumed mean method only. You just write full form. I'll write here. Assumed mean method. So what is the formula for assumed mean method? Sigma is equal to square root of sigma FD square divided by N minus summation FD divided by N the whole square. Fine, square root you have to put for whole. Now we need the value of d. I have already told you d will be x minus a. So x minus a. Now let me assume mean as 60. If you want, you can assume 65 also. Whatever the mean you are going to assume, you will get the same answer. It doesn't make more difference. So x minus a will be 60. Subtract 45 minus 60 minus 15. 50 minus 60 minus 10. 55 minus 60 minus 5. 60 minus 60 0. 65 minus 60 5. 70 minus 60 10. 75 minus 60 15. 80 minus 60 is 20. So I have obtained the x minus a values. Now what we required, it is d value, right? D is x minus a, right? D square is needed. So let me calculate d square. Minus 15 whole square 225. Minus 10 whole square 100. Minus 5 whole square 25. 0 square 0. Again 5 square 25. 10 square 100. 15 square 225. 20 square is 400. Fine, now let me calculate fd square. So multiply f column with d square. So 3 into 20, 225, 675. Whatever you want, if you want, you can calculate fd, then you can calculate fd square. Or else first you can calculate fd square, then fd, one and the same. So 675. Next 5 into 100, 500. Next 8 into 25, 200. Next 7 into 0, 0. Next 9 into 25 is 225. Next 7 into 100, 700. Next 4 into 225, 900. Next 7 into 400, 2800. Now let me calculate fd. F multiplied with d. So d column is here. So this column with this column. 3 into minus 15, minus 45. 5 into minus 10, minus 50. 8 into minus 5, minus 40. 7 into 0, 0. Next 9 5s are 45. Next 7 10s are 70. 4 into 15 is 60. Next 7 20s are 140. So I have obtained fd and fd square value. Now we need to calculate sigma fd square. In the sense, I have to add all these values. So if you add all the values here, you will get 6000. Similarly, let me find sigma fd. So you have to add all these values, you will get 180. As usual, n will be sum of the frequency. So you have to add all the frequency column. So you will get 50. If you add all these values, you will get 50. Clear? Now let me substitute. Sigma is equal to square root of fd square is 6000 divided by n is 50. Minus fd is 180 divided by n is 50 whole square. Now let me simplify. 6000 divided by 50 is 120 minus 180 divided by 50 is 3.6 whole square is 12.96. So 120 minus 12.96 is 107.04. Therefore, the required standard deviation is 10.346. So this is the required standard deviation. Clear? Now let me do last problem in this method. I'll do this problem in both the methods. Since no steps are mentioned, so for the last problem I'll do it in both the methods. First method is assumed mean method and actual mean method. So first let me write the given data: 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. Frequency is 8, 12, 20, 20, 10, 7, 3. Right? So for this problem I'm going to do it in both the methods. You just go through the formula list. First let me do it in actual mean method. Fine. So please in the notes you just write down both the methods, and you have to prepare both the methods because we don't know which method we'll be expecting in the exam, right? So actual mean method formula I'm going to write. So discrete series actual mean method is given by sigma is equal to square root of sigma f d square divided by n, where d will be is equal to x minus x bar, and x bar is none other than mean. It is calculated from the formula sigma fx divided by n. Right? So Let me calculate the values. Now before starting with the problem, we have to calculate d value, right? So d is given by x minus x bar. So x bar we have to calculate from the formula sigma fx by n. So let me calculate fx value. Why? Because we don't have fx column. So multiply, you will get sigma fx value. Then we can calculate sigma. 10 into 8, 80. 20 into 12, 240. 30 into 20, 600. 40 tens are 400, 57s are 350, 63s are 180. So fx values I have obtained. Now let me calculate sigma fx. Sigma fx in the sense I have to add this fx column so that you will get 1850. Fine. So let me calculate x bar. 1850 divided by n is as usual. It is sum of frequency. So you just add these values. You will get 60. So I'll substitute here so that obtained mean will be, when you divide you will get 30.83. 33 it will continue, so I'll just take 2 digits in order to make simplification easier. Now let me subtract the values. D is calculated by x minus x bar. X bar we have already calculated, that is 30.83. So let me subtract 10 minus 30.83 is minus 20.83. 20 minus 30.83 minus 10.83. 30 minus 30.83 it is minus 0.83. 40 minus 30.83 it is 9.17. Next 50 minus 30.83 19.17. 60 minus 30.83 29.17. Fine. I have calculated d value. Next what is required? D square is needed. D square in the sense whatever d you have, you just square it. 20.83 whole square. Clear? That will be 433.88. Similarly 10.83 whole square, it is 117.28. Next 0.83 whole square, 0.688. 9.17 cap 2, 84.08. Next 19.17 cap 2, 367.48. Next I'll just show you one value. See here, 29.17 whole cap 2, it is 850.88. Clear? So this is what d square is. Next what we have to calculate? F d square, right? F here I have, again d square I have. So I have to calculate f into d square. So multiply this column with this. So let me multiply. 8 into this value will be 3,471.04. Similarly 12 into this value 1407.36. Next 20 into this value 13.76. Next 10 into 84.08. 840.8. Please use the calculator to multiply. 7 into this value, it is 2572.36. 3 into this value, 2552.64. So I have calculated f d square. I have multiplied this column with this column. So I have obtained f d square. Next what is needed? Sigma f d square. So I have to add all these values. So let me find sigma f d square. In the sense I have to add all these values. So if you add all these values, you will get 10857.96 divided by n is 60. So when you divide, you will get square root of 180.966. So square root of this value will be 13.4523. So this is the required standard deviation we obtained from actual mean method. Now let me solve the same problem by using the assumed mean method. So I'll just do it here. I'll do the same problem in assumed mean method. Assumed mean method. Clear? So first let me write the formula for assumed mean method. What is the formula we have? Before that, if you want, I'll just write the problem once again here. I'll just copy x and f values. X is 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. F values 8, 12, 20, 10, 7, 3. Clear? Now assumed mean method formula I'll just write here. Sigma is equal to square root of summation f d square divided by n minus summation f d divided by n whole square. Right, where d is calculated with reference to assumed mean a. Here no need to calculate mean and all. right? So let me solve this. So what we need to calculate first? D value. D is given by x minus a. So let me assume the mean. Let it be 30. So I'm going to take a value as 30. Now 10 minus 30 minus 20, 20 minus 30 minus 10, 30 minus 30, 0, 40 minus 30, 10, 50 minus 30, 20, 60 minus 30 is 30. So I have obtained D values, right? Next, what is needed? D square is needed. D square is another than you just square it. 20 square is 400, 10 square is 100, 0 square is 0, 10 square 100, 20 square 400, 30 square 900. So D square values I have done. Next, FD and FD square I needed. So let me find FD and FD square. Multiply F with D. So I am just doing multiplication. 8 into minus 20 minus 160, 12 into minus 10 minus 120, 20 into 0, 0, 10 tens are 100, 7 into 20, 140, 30 into 3, 90. Clear? Just a multiplication. Use calculator. F into D square. Multiply this with D square. 8 into 400, 3200. 12 into 100, 1200. 20 into 0, 0. Next, 10 into 100, it is 1000. Next, 7 into 400, it is 2800. Next, 3 into 900, 2700. So I have obtained FD square value. Now let me calculate sum of those. That is sigma FD is none other than you add all these values. So when you add all these, you will get 50. Similarly, sigma FD square, in the sense you have to add all these values. So when you do that, you will get 10,900. Fine. Now n is similar. So n is none other than sum of the frequencies. So you just add all these frequencies value, add all these values. So you will get 60. So n value is 60. Let me substitute now. FD square is 10,900 divided by n is 60 minus FD is 50 divided by 60 whole square. Fine. Now let me simplify. Sigma is equal to square root of, I'll just show you, 10900 divided by 60. So you will get 181.666. I'll just 4 digit minus, I'll just do here 50 divided by 60 whole square I need. So cap 2 I'll put here only. So you will get 0.6944. Right? I'll just subtract 181.6666 minus 0.6944. So you will get square root of 180.9722. So required standard deviation is square root of answer, that is 13.4525. Clear? So the standard deviation obtained by using the same problem by using actual mean method is 13.452. By using assumed mean method is also 13.452. You can see that answer obtained in both the cases is same. See here. Clear? But the difference is that I have used the formula, different formula. So I have done this problem in both the methods. That is fourth problem I have done in both the methods. But in examination, if the method is specified, you have to do in the specified method. If the method is not specified, you can do in any of the method of your wish. Now, hope so whatever the concept I have done in this session, it is clear for you. I'll give you only one homework problem. Please pause the video and write this homework problem. Answer also mentioned clearly. Solve by using both the methods, that is assumed mean and actual mean method. Fine. Use both the method to solve, and it is important, it is homework problem. So you just solve in notes only. So I have given answer also. So you have to solve in both the methods. So hope so whatever done, it is clear for you. So this is what the standard deviation of discrete series is. So in the next session, let me continue for the standard deviation of continuous series. Thank you.